Have you ever thought you're too young to make a difference? Saint Eulalia of Mérida will prove you wrong. This 12-year-old girl shook the Roman Empire with her faith. She's not just another saint on the calendar. She's living proof that age is just a number when it comes to standing up for your beliefs. Get ready to discover how an ordinary girl became a symbol of bravery that has inspired millions for centuries. Are you ready to rethink what you can achieve, no matter your age? A very special girl. A long time ago, in a place called Mérida, there lived a little girl named Eulalia. She was tiny like you or your daughters or granddaughters, but she had a heart as big as a house. Eulalia was born in the year 292, at a time when being a Christian was very difficult. Ever since she was very little, Eulalia loved God with all her heart. She always wanted to do the right thing and help others. She was like a bright little light that illuminated everyone around her. Eulalia lived in a nice house with her mom and dad. Every morning, she would get up early and thank God for the new day. Then, she would help her mom make breakfast and her dad take care of the garden. Eulalia loved to play with her friends in the park. They would run, jump, and laugh a lot. But what she loved most was telling stories about Jesus to her little friends. She would tell them how Jesus loved everyone and wanted everyone to be friends. Eulalia's great dream. One day, while playing in her garden, Eulalia had a brilliant idea. She imagined a world where everyone loved each other and lived happily. It was such a beautiful dream that she decided to tell everyone about it. Eulalia told her dream to her mother and father. They were very happy and said to her, "Eulalia, you have a heart of gold. That is a very beautiful dream." Then Eulalia ran to tell her little friends. She said to them, "Imagine a world where we are all friends and we help each other. Wouldn't that be great?" Her friends were so excited that they started jumping for joy. But Eulalia didn't stop there. She wanted everyone to know about her dream. So she decided to tell the important people in her town. She knew it would be difficult, but Eulalia was very brave. The Bravest Adventure. When Eulalia turned 12, she did something very, very brave. She got up early, put on her prettiest dress, and said to her parents, "I'm going to talk to the governor. I want to tell him my dream." Her parents were a little worried. The governor was like the boss of the town, and he wasn't always kind to Christians. But they saw that Eulalia was determined, so they gave her their blessing and said, "Go, little girl. May God be with you." Eulalia walked through the streets of Mérida. People looked at her and wondered, "Where is this determined little girl going?" She smiled and waved to everyone along the way. When she reached the governor's grand palace, Eulalia took a deep breath and knocked on the door. A very tall guard opened it and looked at her in surprise. "What are you doing here, little one?" he asked. Eulalia, in a firm voice, replied, "I've come to talk to the governor. I have something very important to tell him." The guard couldn't believe his ears. He had never seen such a brave little girl. After thinking for a moment, he let Eulalia through. The meeting with the governor. Eulalia entered a huge room. There were many important people there, all dressed in elegant clothes. At the back, sitting on a large chair, was Governor Daciano. Eulalia walked towards him without fear. Everyone looked at her in amazement. When she arrived in front of the governor, she gave a small bow and said, "Hello, Mr. Governor. I am Eulalia, and I have something very important to tell you." Governor Daciano leaned forward, curious about what this little girl had to say. "Speak, little Eulalia," he said to her. Eulalia's challenge. Eulalia took a breath and said in a clear voice, "Mr. Governor, I have come to tell you that I have a dream. I dream of a world where we are all friends, where we love each other and help each other. I believe that if we all follow the teachings of Jesus, we can make this dream come true." Governor Daciano was very surprised. He had not expected to hear such wise words from such a small girl. But he also got a little angry because Eulalia was talking about Jesus. "Little Eulalia," said the governor, "your words are nice, but we cannot talk about Jesus here. You must worship the Roman gods." But Eulalia was not frightened. With a kind smile, she replied, "Mr. Governor, I respect everyone, but my heart belongs to Jesus. He teaches us to love one another and to be good. Don't you think that would make the world a better place?" The governor was thoughtful. No one had ever spoken to him like that, especially not to such a small girl. He did not know what to do. A quick break. If you're enjoying the video, right, I'll be brave like Saint Eulalia. Let's continue with the video. The bravery of Eulalia. Governor Daciano tried to convince Eulalia to change her mind. He offered her nice gifts and promised that she would have an easy life if she would stop talking about Jesus. But Eulalia, with a wisdom that seemed to come from heaven, told him, "Sir Governor, gifts are nice, but the love of God is the greatest gift of all. I cannot stop talking about Jesus because he is the one who teaches me to love everyone, even those who do not love me." These words made the governor very angry. He could not believe that such a small girl could be so brave and determined. The most difficult moment. What happened next was very sad. The governor, angry that Eulalia did not want to change her mind, decided to punish her. But even in that difficult time, Eulalia remained brave and good. While going through very hard times, Eulalia prayed and sang love songs to God. Her faith was so strong that her little face shone with a special light, as if an angel was with her. On December 10th, 304, Eulalia went to heaven to be with Jesus. She was only 12 years old, but her bravery and love had touched the hearts of many people. The memory of Eulalia. Even though Eulalia is no longer with us, her story lives on. People began to tell how brave and good Eulalia had been. They talked about how such a little girl had been so brave for the love of God and others. Many people, inspired by Eulalia, began to be braver and to help others more. Eulalia's story spread throughout the world, teaching people that even the smallest children can do great and wonderful things. Lessons for everyone. Today, Saint Eulalia is the patron saint of Mérida, the city where she lived. Every year, on December 10th, people celebrate her feast day. They remember the brave girl who gave her life for the love of God and others. In churches, there are beautiful images of Saint Eulalia. They show her as a girl with a white dove, which represents her pure and brave soul. The story of Saint Eulalia teaches us many important things. Being brave is essential, and Eulalia shows us that we can be brave, no matter how small we are. Loving others is essential, and Eulalia loved everyone, even those who didn't love her. Believing in our dreams is important, and Eulalia had a beautiful dream and fought for it. Being true to what we believe is crucial, and Eulalia never stopped believing in what was right. Helping others should be a priority, and Eulalia always wanted to make the world a better place. How could we be like Eulalia? Even though we live in a very different time than Eulalia, we can learn a lot from her. Here are some ways we can be like Eulalia. Being kind to everyone, even those who are different from us, is essential. Helping those in need, such as when we see someone sad or lonely, is a good deed. Telling the truth, even if it's hard sometimes, is important. Being brave and doing the right thing, even when we're scared, is essential. Loving our family and friends and showing them how much we care about them every day is a great way to honor her memory. Let us imitate his example. The story of Saint Eulalia of Mérida teaches us that no matter how small we are, we can all do great and wonderful things. Eulalia shows us that being brave, loving others, and believing in what is right can change the world. Each of us, no matter our age, can make a difference. Like Eulalia, we can be brave, love others, and always do the right thing. The story of Saint Eulalia shows us how a young girl can be an example of courage and unwavering faith. But she is not the only young saint who inspires us. Like Eulalia, Saint Maria Goretti, who lived in 1902, also stood up for her faith and purity at a young age. Both teach us that age does not matter when it comes to living our faith with love and courage. If you want to learn more about the inspiring story of Saint Maria Goretti, we invite you to watch our video about her life. Click the link on screen to discover how this young saint became an example of purity and forgiveness that continues to touch hearts.